Everyone, welcome back to my channel, and I just want to start off first by saying thanks for all the continued support and bearing with me and all the lovely comments on my last video. But today I'm coming on to you with something new. I've been away for a long time. I've not been feeling very well at all, but as I say, if you watch a few of my last videos, the most recent ones, you'll understand all that. So I won't go into all that again, but I am feeling quite a bit better. Over the past few days, my mind has been absolutely boggled. I have done a little bit of a shout out on Instagram about different diets and stuff, and I've researched so many diets over the past 3 or 4 days. I won't list them all. I'm sure if anyone else has looked at losing weight, you've seen just what there is out there. The choice is just out of this world. So I've just thought, do you know what? I'm going to use my common sense. I'm going to, rather than looking at diets that have been publicised and books have come out and videos have come out and things that are all have money attached to them, sort of a way of the people that invent them making money, I thought I'm just going to go back to what is normal nutritional research, proven facts about what certain foods do for you. Now, obviously, what I'm going to be telling you now, I'm not a nutritionalist, I'm not a Slimming World consultant or anything like that. Everybody's body is different as well, so what I'm trying might work for you, it might not work for you. This isn't me preaching saying this is how you should be eating. I just document when I try and lose weight or try and get healthier. As you know, since January 2014, I've always tried to document that. You all said you didn't care what sort of eating plan or way of eating that I was deciding on doing next, but you would be interested in seeing what I'm doing. It's not Slimming World at all, although I'm sure what I'm doing could be incorporated into Slimming World. Absolutely. It's just a different way of thinking about food. It's sort of based more on clean eating side of things, looking at what ingredients are in things, and just getting back to natural foods that come from nature as much as possible. Now, I'm kind of combining that with something that I did try once before, and if you follow me over on my blog, which is midlifecrisisbeautyaddict.com, I did kind of do a bit of a clean eating and juicing trial sort of thing. I know people can do these for 7 days as like just a way of rebooting their body, detoxifying the body, but I don't really want to do anything extreme. I've had a lot of diets recommended to me and I've looked into them. They're cutting out food groups or they're very extreme, very low calorie. I just want to eat normal, natural, healthy foods. So I'm not going to be doing what a video I watched, which kind of inspired me to do juicing again, which was Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead, something like that. Anyway, it's a documentary and you can find it on YouTube. It's about 1 hour and 20 long or something like that. And it's basically just about this guy, this Australian guy that was majorly overweight, but he wasn't really doing it for weight loss reasons. He had a lot of medical conditions, and he himself again did his own research and decided that by putting pure, healthy, clean plants from nature into his body, that it might actually cure him. It does explain it also, I won't go into it, but it's so much common sense. So if you are interested in that, then go across and watch that video. So yeah, I'm not going to do a 60-day juice fast, absolutely not. Not even a 7-day juice fast. But what I do want to do is start having a juice for breakfast. Now, as when I did the smoothies and I put them out on Instagram and told you on YouTube that I was doing smoothies, I got a lot of comments and things about, you know, how high in sugar they were and that it's not part of the Slimming World plan and that they hold a lot of sins, etc. Now, this way of juicing, before you totally switch off to the idea, it's mainly vegetables. I've done a lot of research into fruit and veg. I've heard a lot of people say that when they're eating a lot of speed food on Slimming World, they're not losing weight. And that's primarily fruit speed foods, not vegetable speed foods. So I have done some research into this. Again, don't take what I say as gospel, but the idea I got from the research I've done is that basically fruits contain fructose, and if you're a very inactive person or you're not really going to the gym regularly, which I don't, that fructose will then turn to fat if it's not used, if the energy isn't used up. So that's something you need to ask yourself if you're eating a lot of speed foods on Slimming World and the majority of the speed foods are fruit and you're not very active. If you look into the research, it's research that's been done in universities and everything across the world. So it is. So I think the only thing, as you'll see when you see what I make for my breakfast, in fruit terms that is low in fructose is Granny Smith apples, which is why they're part of the what they call the mean green juice, which you'll see me make in a minute because I'm going to insert the clips of my breakfast. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're all going to think of this when I put it up. I know some of you are so set in your ways with Slimming World, and I mean, I was too. You've got to admit, you've seen the videos where I've said, no, I'm definitely not trying anything else. This is Slimming Well for life for me. But I've done a lot of research, guys, and I'm not saying Slimming Well's bad by any means, but I think the way a lot of us interpret it, we're not putting the right foods into our body. Slimming Well doesn't say you have to eat pasta and sauce, which is just full of crap and chemicals. Slimming Well doesn't say that you have to eat a ton of Muller light yogurts a day, which is absolutely cram-packed with aspartame, which is, again, not overly good for you. I've done a lot of research into that. Basically, if it's made in a factory, it's not very good, is it? So, yeah, I don't want to get all preachy about that anyway. I encourage you to do your own research into food. As I say, it's really common sense, isn't it? If it's grown on the land and it's natural and it's had no human intervention for it to come to us on our plate, then it's pretty much a good healthy food, isn't it? So I will now start inserting the clips of what we've just had for breakfast. Excuse my appearance. I thought rather than have the pressures of making myself look all glamorous, which is not how I'm feeling at the moment anyway, you know, and taking ages to get this video up, I'm sure you guys don't really care. So here comes the clips, and I'll speak to you all a little bit later today and show you what other things that I'm eating throughout the day as well. Right, so we're juicing for 2 people for breakfast to get today's healthy eating off to a good start. So we've got 4 Granny Smith's apples, because these are the ones lowest in fructose. 2 whole cucumbers. We're not using celery in the mean green, so we've been told to replace that with carrots. So rather than 4 sticks of celery each, we're doing 2 carrots each. We've got half a lime each. This is lemon in the actual recipe, but lime is good for fat burning. Then a thumb-sized piece of ginger each, so that is about what that is between the 2 of us. Kale leaves, if you can get them. This is sort of sliced up kale, so I'm going to put about half a bag of that in, and also a couple of good handfuls of spinach as well. So we'll give this a stir now, but I'd say you probably get a litre of juice out. You know, unless you've got one of these really expensive juicers, you are always going to get this sort of foamy layer on the top. But yeah, I'd say about a litre once we've stirred it and let it settle. So I've just popped some ice in, and here we go. That one's Mr. Dyble's.
It's good.
Really?
Mm.
I bet I won't like it because it won't be sweet enough for me, will it?
No, it's limey though.
Limey?
Mm.
Oh, good. Right, I'll let me have a go then. Oh, yeah. It's not like a chocolate milkshake, but it's not. I was expecting it to be like really tart and earthy, but it's just none of the flavours are coming through. I think, like you say, the lime, cucumber a bit. Can't taste the carrot at all.
Ginger. I could taste
Ginger?
the ginger.
No,
yeah,
not
like
really.
aftertone, if you like.
It's certainly drinkable. I don't know if I could do like the 60 days like Joe did in that Fat, Sick and Nearly Dead. But certainly just to have that for breakfast to get extra nutrients in. Thumbs up. Right, so it is lunchtime now. I was actually meant to have a snack mid-morning, but I was a little bit late having breakfast, so I wasn't hungry and I got busy, but that is something that I will be incorporating in the future, a healthy snack mid-morning. So, for lunch, I was going to have half an avocado, but to be honest, I think once they're sort of cut open, they tend to go brown, so I'm eating a full avocado. I've got half of one of the little protein breads, which look like that on the top. Fairly inexpensive, but they're just high in protein, these breads, and full of seeds and that, so really good for you. Approximately 50 grams is about a quarter of a pack of the little salmon there. So yeah, about 50 grams of salmon. and then a free-range poached egg. It's kind of a poached egg. I just put it in a frying pan with a load of water and just let it cook that way, because I'm not very good at doing poached eggs, even with the egg poachers nowadays. So that is my lunch. I've laid it out differently to how I normally would, just so you can see each individual ingredient, but that is what I'm having for lunch. Okay, so last clip of the day is going to be me showing you my tea. As I said, I am transitioning into clean eating. I am going to use things that are in the cupboard. The really bad stuff I'm not going to be touching. We're going to get rid of that. But the not so bad stuff I am going to try and get used up. This was for me anyway. It's the 3-bean and roasted veg chilli. It's a Slimming World one from Iceland. These are reduced to £1 at the moment, which was why I got a glut of them. And I still managed to get the free bag of frozen fruits when I bought 3 of them as well. So that was a really good deal. 3 of these for £3 and a big bag of frozen fruit. I've looked at the ingredients. To be honest, they're not that bad. Most of these are natural ingredients. There's a couple of bits in there. Obviously things like maize starch and what was the other one? The garlic puree is not the best, rather than just garlic, because it's got the oils and stuff in there. But apart from that, everything else is pretty normal ingredients, which is good to see. And yeah, so I'm just having that because there is an absolute ton of it, with a very small roasted sweet potato. So that will conclude all my food for today. All I'll be having for the rest of the evening is to finish off my 2nd litre of water. Hello, so this is going to be me saying goodbye and clocking out for today. I don't know if you guys want me to do this daily initially, or eventually maybe do little clips throughout the day and start a weekly vlog that I can upload, say 6 o'clock every Monday night, something like that. But I'll see how I go. I'll probably, just to get me into it and so I'm held accountable, I shall probably do these daily just for the first week. And yeah, so thoughts on the day so far. The juice was fine. It was perfectly drinkable. I didn't feel hungry, but I suppose, as I said, I did have breakfast a little bit late. I didn't have an afternoon snack either. I think I'm going to find the snacking part of this hard for me, but we'll try. We'll try and sort of get up a bit earlier, and you know, so we've got longer between meals and get those snacks in. Lunch was delicious, absolutely loved it. I maybe had lunch and my evening meal the wrong way around though, because I want to try and start having anything that's got a few more carbs in it for my lunch, and then having sort of a low carb meal for my evening meal as well. I'm going to start not eating after 8. I know again it goes against Slimming World. They tell you can eat whenever you want, as much as you want, but just for the research that I've done, I'm going to let my stomach digest what it needs to digest before I go to bed. Tea that I just showed you that I'd done was the £1 beanie chili thing that they're doing, selling off because it's discontinued in Iceland at the moment. Wasn't great. I can see why they're £1, but it was perfectly edible, and the sweet potato part of that was lovely. So something that I'm definitely going to be eating a lot more of is sweet potato as a jacket potato type thing, and probably even mashed and wedged as well. So yeah, feeling fine, not been tired. I'm not looking forward to headaches. I'm sure I will get headaches because I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning of the video, but I'm not going to be having caffeine anymore. I'm not going to be having my Diet Coke, which contains caffeine, and I'm not going to be having, well, yeah, anything with aspartame in it, really. I'm cutting that out, so it's going to be very difficult. But I'm just going to have to get used to drinking caffeine-free, I don't know, I think they do caffeine-free coffee, don't they? Yeah, of course they do. I've got some in my cupboard. But yeah, caffeine-free coffee and just lots of water, really. And yeah, if you've got any information at all, if you follow anyone else on YouTube that does kind of clean eating style, you know, eating plan, please point me in their direction. Any websites that you know of, just to get more information. I am quite new to this. It's what I decided to do because of the information that I found out in the last 3 or 4 days. So bear with me, and I hope you do get, even if it's a few ideas to incorporate into your Slimming World or whatever other weight loss plan you're on. And I'll see you around about the same time tomorrow. See you later, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and bye-bye.